Hello Hufflepuff, and welcome to your weekly general reading. I hope you guys are doing well. I don't have really any complaints. Don't really have a whole lot of updates. So we're just going to go ahead and crack on, okay? So, excuse me. We're going to cut it right there. And I'm feeling that side, so we're going to take that. Alright, so hope everybody's doing pretty good. Oh, okay, like right off the gate, I think that's 4 cards. Okay, you know, I'm feeling kind of motivated to get stuff done. I've had a really busy day, and I feel good about it, and I'm still going, and I really wanted to get these done, so I'm doing them. And yeah, that's where I'm at. So, I don't know what else to say. Other than, here I am, and there you are. And let's hope that we have a good message come through, yeah? Ooh, Dobby and Creature. That's interesting. Alright, somebody get me a thesaurus, okay? Because I tend to say interesting way too much. Alright. Like I said, I do feel motivated. I know I want to do these. I've been doing them for a year. I mean, not religiously every week like I originally wanted to, but I have been doing them for a year, so that makes me kind of happy. Okay, that might... What do we got here? Oh, freaking perfect. There we go. Wait, is that upside down? I think that's upside down. Guys, I wanted to get a new camera, and I was going to get a new camera, but then I couldn't afford to get a new camera. Not this week. So when I do, the audio quality and the image should look a lot better. So just bear with me for the time being, okay? Alright, let's get you a clarifier, and then we'll go over them and see what we've got. Four of Wands, Truce. But we also had a second one come out, which is the Ace of Cups. And I do believe that is Salazar Slytherin. Okay, so what do we've got? We've got Dobby and the Vanishing Cabinet. And I did notice in the last set of videos that I did that this camera, my phone, it doesn't want to stay focused. So I apologize, guys. I really do. I'm doing the best I can. My other phone, it died, so I had to get a new one. And this one supposedly was a better camera than the one that I had. We've got Fluffy, and then we've got the Whomping Willow. But as far as I'm concerned, this one's just not up to par. Bernie Bott's Every Flavor Beans and Creature. Tooth Splintering Strong Mints and Pansy Parkinson. Ministry of Magic, the entrances where people go through the Flu Network, and then we have Harry's Wand, and then our 2 clarifier cards are the Four of Wands, which it says Truce, and the Ace of Cups, which, like I said, I do believe that is Salazar Slytherin in his youth. Alright, so we're going to do like we normally do. Give me a minute, let me look these over, see what message I might be able to get from it. Alright, give me just one moment. Okay, so I am going to just talk this out, okay? What I've got so far is right where Dobby is, with him, like just being kind of like right front and center in the camera. I feel like he is in that moment where he's like, he's bringing you a message. It's something is just beginning. And that, I feel, that thought is kind of validated when we get over here to the clarifier card with the Ace of Cups. I feel like there is some kind of emotional journey, some kind of emotional progress or something. Something is about to change, and you're just right at the beginning of it. And I feel like that's what Dobby is saying. And, you know, with, I'm not sure that that's Nagini. I'm going to actually say it's not, because I'm pretty sure that's Salazar and that's not Tom Riddle. But, you know, with that snake energy, I just feel like it's something that's kind of like slithering into you, right? Something that's kind of sneaking its way in, very kind of getting into your cracks, you know, like maybe an emotional crack where something is able to get in. Again, I'm going to talk this out, right? So we've got the message that's coming. Here we have Fluffy, who's guarding something, and we have two items, two objects, two locations that are like secret portals to another something, okay? The Vanishing Cabinet, we know that the other one is in Flourish and Bots. No, not Flourish and Bots, that's the other one. Brooks? No. You know, the other place that's in Nocturne Alley. We know that that's where that one is. I'm sorry that I can't remember the name of it. But in reality, if there was another Vanishing Cabinet somewhere, you could go anywhere. But I feel like we have this space of darkness and this space of perceived darkness. Like, we know that this within the in the room of requirement, we know that this one is going to lead you to a dark place, okay, to Nocturne Alley. It's going to allow the Death Eaters to come in. It's going to allow for all this darkness, right? But with the Whomping Willow, it's perceived to be dark, and you don't even know that there's a secret entrance there until you get right up next to it. And then when you go there, it was actually a sanctuary. So I feel like with this, with Fluffy being here, I feel like it is this guarding of your darkness, or maybe a guarding of something that could lead you to this dark place. But I feel like it's saying, you know, it's, once you get up to it, I feel like this one's saying like it's a bunch of possibilities. And I feel when you get here, it's saying, you know what, it's not as bad as you think it is. Because we know this is going to lead you to the Screaming Shack, right? You think it's bad, but when you get up next to it, it's not. Yeah, it's desolate. Yeah, that's where Remus had to hide out, but it was his sanctuary. It was somewhere very safe. When we get here to the Birdie Bots, every flavor beans, I'm really feeling the whole grab bag, right? Like, it's just this jumble of emotions. So even if you get right up next to it and you can get this sanctuary, I'm feeling like these jelly beans are just kind of like rolling around inside of you, and you're going through this just emotional turmoil is what, yeah, that's really what's coming through. That's really what I'm feeling, is it's this just jumbling, right? And then you get to Creature, which also, with him, it's definitely making me feel, you know, with Dobby, with him being so positive and sweet and naive, but very fierce, Creature isn't necessarily his opposite, but, you know, he doesn't trust anybody. And when he finally does, then by just happenstance, he ends up not trusting once again and ends up still going to that dark place. So that's what I feel is going on here is, you're getting this message of starting something new, and it's making you feel just all of these kinds of emotions. You're trying to be guarded, and you're trying to figure it out, but you're working through it, and these emotions are just, they're just tumbling and tumbling around, and you're still going to this feeling of misreading what happened. So possibly not having all the information and end up choosing, like, to, well, he ends up betraying Harry and them, right? And that's just because they got whisked away at the last minute. They didn't come home, and he felt that, oh, Master's abandoned me, and so he goes on that route, right? So I feel like with this emotional turmoil that's going on, that you have this possibility of reading the situation wrong. Okay, when we get here to the two splintering strong mints, whenever you have like a mint in your mouth and you go, you suck it in, you get that cool crisp feeling, and this just really makes me think of like this cold truth, that there's such a difference here, that like believing what you think is true but then finding out the truth. But then, so how does Pansy work into that? So I'm thinking, right, she's just like gung-ho, steadfast, all about Malfoy, all about hating the Muggles, and she's just a ride or die bitch when it comes to Malfoy. And she kind of doesn't care, right? Like, she doesn't care that Malfoy was helping Voldemort. Does she really know that? Yeah, I'm gonna go with no. But when it comes to like this overarching power that's gonna come in and change things for bad, she is still seeing the very small picture. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Is she really just sees just this small thing that's happening. She doesn't see how everything affects everything. She's very close-minded. And then you get to the Ministry of Magic, where it's this entrance. And again, we're talking about these portals, about they're going to take you somewhere, right? So when you get here to the Ministry of Magic, there's all these different points of entrance, but they're all going to lead you to the same point. And I'm just really feeling like no matter which entrance you decide to use, okay, your head is just, it's going all which ways. You can't decide. You're feeling all this jumbles of emotion. What I'm getting with this is that the one direction you do not want to go is going to be the one where there is a lot of doubt. So wherever you're doubting, and you're strongly doubting, and you feel like that is the truth, I'm feeling like this is saying no. No. Now, maybe for somebody it's saying, hey, trust your gut. And that could totally be correct. Maybe for one of you guys, this is saying, hey, trust your gut. If you're feeling like somebody's lying to you and somebody's being deceitful, if you feel like that's the truth and you feel like this is the only thing that matters, you could go with that, okay? Because there's a million different ways to get where you're going, because that's what I'm getting here. However, I will say that with Harry's wand being the last one here, that was the twin. That was the other side of the coin, right? You had Voldemort on one side, Harry on the other side, two phoenix feathers. Both wands ended up breaking and they weren't able to be used. Okay, so he wasn't able to take this to the end, nor could Voldemort take his to the end. And so I just feel like, yeah, you're gonna get to where you're supposed to go regardless. But how this journey is gonna play out, I think is if you use this truce card and really kind of come to this balance where you just kind of take a moment to maybe just pause instead of going full-fledged, this is the truth, I don't believe you, I don't believe this is true, whatever that is. I just feel like you need to take a moment, because I don't think you have all of your information. I really feel like that's what that's saying. There's some kind of emotional decision or emotional turmoil that you're beginning, and you need to take those few moments, a couple of days, maybe a week, maybe longer. But I think this is basically saying don't act impulsively. Right now is the time to put a little bit more thought into it. Do not let your emotions guide you on this one, because there is a good chance that your gut is wrong. Now, usually we go with our gut, and usually it could be correct. But in this scenario, I just feel like maybe you don't have all the information. So, I don't know. Hopefully that helped. Hopefully at least one of you got something out of that. I will see you guys again next week, and until then, I love you. Bye.